Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mind Your Own Business. I'm your high performance coach and the success psychologist, Dr. Erin. I'm so excited to be doing this series with you. It's the 5 to Thrive. And what is that? It's the 5 steps to becoming a professional in network marketing. And when you master these 5 skills, you can have a successful business. You know, if you think about any profession has a skill set that one either learns in school or we learn through self-education, or we learn through mentorship. And, you know, I've heard it said by Eric Worre years ago that, yes, you have to learn the skills here to become a pro, and we suggest you do as fast as possible, but it's a skill set that you can learn faster than any other skill set and implement. And usually you can learn it in a way that doesn't cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, because you can learn them often from your mentors here and, you know, here at Mind Your Own Business. But so if we look at the 5 steps of network marketing, the goal ultimately is to get your prospect through those steps as fast as possible. And I don't say as fast as possible because I'm a sharky shark. I say as fast as possible because speed shows me that you're bringing people through a value sequence. So it shows your prospect that you think you have value, and success follows speed and success follows value. Okay, so ultimately kind of the goal is to get people through these 5 steps, you know, in a timely manner. So thinking about this first step is called conversations. And I was thinking about, how am I going to train all of you very smart adults on how to talk to humans? And then I realized you probably don't need a lot of training on how to talk to humans. So why don't we talk to more humans in network marketing? And I have a theory that I'm going to share with you about that towards the end, but I'm going to give you some tips to talk to the humans. I'm going to give you some ways to think about how you can be and understand human behavior and human psychology so that when you talk to the humans, you are effective. But that you will hear a lot from prospects, and maybe you said it yourself at some point in your career in network marketing of, I just don't know that many people, or I'm going to run out of people. And we know how that feels. That can feel very, very real. And then we have this dialect where we know there's 7 billion humans on the earth. And it's like, I don't think we're going to run out of humans. And a lot of them are on social media, right? Like 1 billion of them. And so it's like this very interesting, how do we connect the dots of feeling like we're going to actually run out of humans, but they're everywhere. And so I want to just, in GoPro, Eric Worre's book, you know, he actually says it's part of the job to find new people. So I'm going to be like Captain Obvious here, but it's part of the job to find new people. We're not basing it on luck. Like, I hope I get lucky. I hope people say yes. I'm not worried about running out of people, because if the first step is actually a skill of, for the rest of our lives, finding new people, then it's a skill we can actually master. So I don't ever have to worry anymore of finding new people. Okay. Which can be really a freeing feeling, right? So who here has heard of Jordan Adler? Jordan Adler wrote Beach Money, yes. And he is a multi-millionaire trainer, speaker, top producer in this profession. I want to share something with you, a little backup story, and think about how this applies to you. So twice in Rob Sperry's Leader of Leaders Facebook group, which you have to be a 6, 7, or 8 figure person, earner, to get in the group. I finally made it in. Okay. That was amazing. But twice he's had polls. The first was, oh gosh, what was the first one? Oh, I can't remember. But the second one, it was very related. The one he just did last week was, how long did it take you to earn $10,000 a month? And I am proud to say that I am in great company, because Jordan Adler and I are always the biggest losers. Literally, you'll get answers from like 2 months to 5 years to 2.5 years. Jordan Adler and I, we bring up the caboose. at 11 years. 11 years. So do not be dismayed and say, Erin's so good at this because Erin's good with people. No, Erin didn't learn these skills and apply them like I do now as a professional network marketer. Okay, so the other thing I want to tell you is 5 years ago when I came out of private practice, I didn't know anybody, but I wanted to be a coach. And I'm like, I think I need to go to those networking meetings. I don't really know what happens at them, but you seem to eat eggs with strangers and I don't even know what to wear. And like, I mean, I went to my first networking meeting. This was not me. I never went out of my private practice. I didn't have to. I got clients from insurance and I saw my clients and went home to my family. I was not a networker. And all I knew to do that first year in business is just get to know humans. That's what I'm good at. And I felt like, gosh, I feel like this year I've met a lot of humans. And I looked back and I had gone on 213 coffee dates. And I am not saying going to a coffee date is duplicatable, but what I am saying is the process that happened during those coffee dates is available to all of you. And I want to share with you the highlights of how you can talk to people and make it and go pro with this skill. One of the things that I realized that I did on those coffee dates was all I knew how to do. So looking back, I was interested, not interesting. I want you to be interested, not interesting. Now, what do I mean by that? I want you to talk as little as possible. My goal in those coffee dates was to learn everything about the person. And they're like, oh my God, time's up. And I feel so bad, doctor. And I didn't ask you about you at all. I was like, perfect. Why would that be? Because I'm listening with an ear of how I can be of service. What are their problems? How can I help them? But when you are talking, you cannot be interested. You're working on being interesting. So the other thing is kind of channel your inner psychologist. I am good, and I want you to get good at what I call the lean in. And the lean in is I want you to keep asking people questions 2, 3, 4 times longer than you normally would, or that would seem reasonable. So I might start with, Marie, how are you? Okay, what do you do, Marie? Oh, maybe she says, I'm a chiropractor. And lots of people just stop right there. I want you to lean in 2 or 3 more times. Oh my gosh, how long have you been doing that? 17 years, Marie? Oh my gosh, you must love it. What do you love most about being a chiropractor? I would love to hear. Do you feel how I'm leaning in? How has COVID affected your practice with being a chiropractor? Oh my gosh, awesome, cool. And they will either tell you, no, I hate being a chiropractor, or yeah, I love it. Right? But I want you to lean in. So even on social media, as I'm getting to know people, I'm asking more questions than the average Joe, to the point where it might feel like a Spanish Inquisition, but I don't care. I am interested in people. Okay. The other thing that is it's like Captain Obvious, but it actually works like a charm. And I learned this because I used to not do this, is smile. People used to think I had resting bee face. You know what that means, right? Because I was riddled with fear and I wasn't this Erin. And I was just like in my fear. But I've learned when I enter a room, my energy enters, and so does yours, before you ever say a word. And so one of the 1-2 punches can be smile and compliment. I just compliment people all day long. I might even do it on social media. I might go over to Messenger and be like, oh my gosh, that is the cutest swimsuit. Where did you get that? I am just talking to the humans, right? So compliment and smile, lean in. We are in the business of what's called contagious enthusiasm. You are going to want to have generous levels of energy. When you are with a confident leader, they have a posture about them that says, you're important to me, and you're kind of all I'm thinking about right now, okay? They're not like this, just a second. No, and you felt that when you've been with those kind of people. You are leaning in psychologically, you are leaning in emotionally, you are leaning in physically, whether you're with the person or not. Okay. So finding quality people is actually a skill. So I want to give you an example of how I do this and how you can all do this, especially if you're feeling like I'm going to run out of people. I just joined Arate, and you guys have heard this. My two top mentors, Andy Frisella and Ed Milet, have a mastermind. It's $5,000 for a year. I did not join Arate to learn mindset. I did not join Arate because I am lacking in the things that they teach. I joined Arate because it's marketing dollars, because I know who's in Arate. They are the most successful business people that want to cut straight to the chase and do business with one another and get to the top of their profession. So I have on any given week 4 to 5 calls with Arate members, and they're all getting drops in their mouth. Because guess what? They all want health. So this idea of where do I find quality people to prospect, that's a skill. I want you to wake up with intention about this. You might think, ask yourself this, what are 2 things that I just love? Maybe it's Labradorks like Joby. So she could go and she could find a Facebook group on Labrador lovers.
Labradors.
I know, we call them Labradorks.
I know.
She could go, and then she could also say, and I love Jeeps. She could join a Jeep group. Okay. Now, I suggest you join 2 groups that you stay in and add value over the next year. Don't spread yourself thin, people. I am becoming known in Arate. Someone said, I really struggle with productivity. I said, I'd be happy to get on the phone with you and chat about it. This is what I do. I'm a high performance coach. 9 other people said, oh my God, can I join? They all came Sunday night, and guess what they said? Dr. Erin, will you do this every Sunday night? Oh, you better believe I will. But you've got to think about, how do you add value? And sometimes you're going to add value in ways different than me. Like I can add value in what I teach, but you can add value in being kind and loving and complimentary. And the number one question I want you to put in your back pocket is, how can I help you? Oh my gosh, it sounds like what you're up to is just so cool. What could I do to help? And they'll be like, I don't know. Well, think about it. If you did know, what could I do? Like say that. If you did know, what could I do? And they will tell you, like, well, think about if you hear of someone saying, I need this, if you would think of me, that would be amazing. Okay. So these are the ways that you can proactively start conversations that will help you talk about APL Go. The first is to constantly ask people, so what do you do? The other question you could ask is, what's new? Tell me, what's new? See, I'm leaning in like, Kristen, what's new? I'm dying to hear. What's new with you? Not how are you? What's new? Guess what Kristen's going to probably do? She's going to say, what's new with you, Erin? And you better be ready. Oh my gosh, thanks for asking. I'm actually launching an innovative new health supplement in the United States. It's been in Europe for 10 years and we're bringing it to market here. It's been a blessing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what's that? Oh, it's just like candy things. I'll send you some in the mail. I'll send you like, what are your top health concerns? You can tell me what they are. And you guys, 3 samples were put out yesterday by me saying that. Okay. But be intentional. Ask people, what do you do or what's new? Another cool question you can ask, because I like to come from the psychology of being positive, is I might lean in, I mean, Yvette, what are you excited about right now in your life? Like, tell me, what's exciting you about your life right now? And she might say, absolutely nothing. Like, are you living in the same world that I'm living in? Like, this is the word, there's a problem there that I can then help her solve. And I'm going to lean in and say, oh my gosh, tell me more. I totally get it. Tell me more. Or she might say, well, this new business I'm doing. What business? Oh, well, I might want to learn about that business. Okay. Last thing I'll say is I want you to imagine that you're going around the world listening with an APL Go ear.
I do.
So listen, this is what Eric Worre says. Professionals develop a higher level of awareness. They pay attention to the world. They know they will be introduced to new people all the time. Posers and amateurs don't even notice. They just go through their day saying, what people? I don't see any people. I am always listening with my APL Go ear. What does that mean? What problems do you have that I can solve? Are you talking about money problems, time, freedom, being, health? Start to listen through that lens and you will see opportunity everywhere. So there was a lot in there, but I want to leave you with this thought. Zachary, who's 10, he went to school his first week and they were figuring out what their superpower was. He's like, we had to write our superpower and draw ourselves as a superhero. And I said, what was your superpower? And he said, I am friendly. And I go, oh, he goes, yes, I'm friendly, Zach. And I go, well, what do you mean? And he goes, I can go from anonymous to being your friend fast. That can be your superpower in network marketing. Can you go from being anonymous to being someone's friend? Tina Malsom says it like this. I might not necessarily be able to outwork you, but I can outfriend you. Can you outfriend people? Can you make friends? And all of those of you that are saying, but I'm an introvert, I want to give you a huge memo. Introversion and extroversion is actually just about where you get your energy from. It's not about whether you like humans. So one-on-one is great for introverts. They get energy from one-on-one. Extroverts get energy from big groups. I think we have a job description for introverts here, don't we? I mean, it's perfect. So be interested, not interesting, lean in, have contagious enthusiasm, join a couple groups this year, ask people, what do you do? What's getting you excited these days? What's new? Listen with your APL Go ear, and you will never run out of humans to talk to. So thank you for joining us on our first step of the 5 to thrive in network marketing.